Having great characters in an adventure game is just as important as the plot of the story itself, because basically you are playing that character. You are the protagonist, you're walking that person around, you're talking with their voice. So it's really important that that character be fun to play and someone that the player likes to embody.
I'm afraid I left my performing monkey hat at home.
Malahci is what I call a beast kind of character, like House or Sherlock or David in my own game, Grey Matter. And that is, he's an acerbic genius who's very gifted, but socially very inept. He doesn't trust people, he doesn't particularly like people, and he doesn't have close relationships, at least not at the start of the game.
I might as well make the money while I can.
You're driving yourself too hard. Your body needs...
What my body needs is no concern of yours.
No. Thanks for reminding me.
So in the game, as you play Malahci, you can either choose to be nice or be Malachiotus Brutus, which is definitely more fun.
You were hired by Senor Ricardolo, perhaps?
That's really none of your concern.
Very well, Mr. Rector. If that's how you want it.
Of course, it's challenging to cast an extreme character. For Malahci, we needed somebody who could be convincingly brilliant, who could be arrogant and a little sarcastic without being obnoxious, and was also sexy. Fortunately, we found the perfect actor.
Hello, my name is Owen Thomas, and I am the voice of Malahci Rector in Jane Jensen's Moebius, and this is my bedroom. I like him. He reminds me of my grandfather. He's an old British military guy, completely devoid of emotion, although it was in there somewhere.
You can close your mouth now, Gretchen. Mr. Walker is my new bodyguard.
I love that he is deadpan but cannot resist making a joke. But he's a person who's obviously had some emotional damage in the past, and there are windows into his goodness and his feelings, but they're veiled under years of trouble and abuse. Who knows? Relationships are the best thing about any story, I think, and especially when you have a longer running series. In my Gabriel Knight games, the relationship between Gabriel and Grace was one that developed over a longer arc, and that was really what people remembered about the series, more so than the details of the individual mysteries per episode. I wanted to create something like that for Moebius, a strong central relationship that arcs over the course of the series. I'd already done a traditional romantic relationship in Gabriel Knight and in Grey Matter, so I wanted to do something a little bit different for Moebius. In Moebius, the central relationship is so strong and so bonded that it transcends all obstacles, even player expectations. The story of Malahci and David is an epic romance like Sam and Frodo, or Redford and Newman, or Sherlock Holmes and Watson. The very first time they meet, Malachai's car has broken down in the desert, and David happens to be passing and offers to help, at which point Malahci pulls a gun on him, and David just laughs. From that moment on, it's clear that David is not intimidated by Malahci. He spent over 10 years in the Special Forces, and there's very little that frightens him. He's got a big heart, a great sense of humor, and he adds a nice comic relief to the story.
Hi, I'm Colin Benoit, and I play David Walker in Jane Jensen's Moebius.
I'd like to hire you for a security job, if you're interested.
That depends on what I'd be securing.
David is basically a badass, I'd have to say. No. I mean, he is ex-Special Forces, so he has that military background. He can be very direct. But at the same time, he has this goofy, silly side where he has a never-ending string of bad jokes. What did the green grape say to the purple grape? Breathe, damn it, breathe!
It's not really funny, is it?
He recently left the military, so he's out on his own, probably for the first time in a while. He's always been part of a team, and I think he's out looking for where he belongs in the world.
I need you to flirt with a librarian for me. Distractor.
Sorry. My job description doesn't include being pimped out.
Of course, with David and Malahci, there's got to be antagonism. First of all, because Malahci is, well, Malahci, but also because it adds a nice tension to the story, and it gives the player something to root for, that eventually they're going to become friends.
I don't owe you any explanations.
Right.
Malahci is someone who just needs to loosen up. He needs to have a beer and kick back and not take everything so seriously.
Did you hear about the Buddhist at Yankee Stadium?
No.
He asked the hot dog vendor to make him one with everything.
Yes, I see.
Tough crowd.
I don't know. I don't know what their relationship is going to turn out to be or what it's like. Malahci has obviously come to depend on David for many reasons. It'll be very interesting to see how it develops.
You do know how completely infuriating you are, right?
I didn't hire you to critique my methods, as if you could.
Hey, I'm complimenting you. That was awesomely badass.
He's someone with this just incredible gift, and I think it's something that David recognizes. The guy's a genius, and there's something very special about him.
Over the course of the story, Malahci learns things that change his perception of who David is and what the meaning is of this relationship. And it changes the player's perception of what's going on as well. Empire Rising is an origin story. It's the genesis of the partnership between David and Malahci. And it's clear that these two people fit together in an extraordinary way. But exactly what that means, we've yet to determine. This is just the start of their path.